Hi there, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. This week we're going we're going live a little bit early. I have my in-laws are coming into town tonight, so I still wanted to do my Facebook Live and share my March Stamp Camp to Go class with you guys today, so that's why I decided to do it a little bit early instead of canceling it altogether. So I will be live at my normal time next week at 7 p.m. But this week I am here with you during lunchtime. So hopefully some of you guys are still able to join me during lunch. As you join, please say hello. Let me know where you're joining me from. I love hearing from you guys. And even if you watch the replay, please say hello in the comments below and let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing where everybody's coming from all over the world or country. So today, if you haven't watched my Stamp Camp to Go before, each month I offer a free Stamp Camp to Go class on my Facebook Live. We're going to make 3 projects. Last month we made cards. This month, since Easter's coming, we're going to make 3 Easter treat boxes using the Easter Bunny stamp set. I do have some kits still available if you'd like to purchase them. You can either earn them for free by placing a $40 order, $40 or more before shipping and tax on my online store at stampinup.com. You'll just use the class host code to let me know that you want the kits and I'll send them to you for free. Or say you just want the kit, you don't want to place an order, that's fine too. You just send me an email at jen@stampcampwithjen.com and let me know you want to purchase the kits. They're $20, which includes USPS first class shipping in the price. So it's a good deal. And one of the kits, I know the Easter Bunny Punch is on back order. So one of the treat boxes you'll see it does use that little Easter bunny, and in the kit I just punched out a few extra Easter bunnies in there so that if you guys want to make more of the boxes, you have the bunny available for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the camera switched around. We'll go over a couple things and then we will start our Stamp Camp to Go class. Can you guys believe how chilly it is? I don't know where you're watching from, but here in Florida, it's been pretty warm, but I woke up this morning to 40-degree weather and actually had to wear a sweatshirt and turn my heat on. And every time we turn our heat on, it smells funny because, you know, everything's just waking up. And my son said, "What's that smell?" And I said, "Oh, it's our heat." It's the heat turning on. Excuse me. I do want to say before I start, I know some of you guys have had an issue with a green screen coming up when you're watching. If that happens, go into your settings and change your video settings to HD. That's what I found when I Googled that issue last week is if you change it to HD, that should alleviate the green screen problem. All right, so thank you again for joining me today. If you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys. Here's my Facebook page. If you're watching me live, you know where that is. I will have the replay beginning Tuesday, tomorrow, March 21st. You'll be able to watch it as many times as you want on my YouTube channel. I have a Pinterest account, and you can always find my projects and tutorials at stampcampwithjen.com, okay? And then if you choose to shop with me, I do have a loyalty program, a rewards program. You can earn a free $50 shopping spree with me. I pay your tax, your shipping, your everything. All you do is for every $25 in an order, you earn a point. And once you get up to 20 points, you get that $50 shopping spree. You just have to keep track of it on the shopping spree tracker, and the points don't expire. So if it takes you a few years to earn it, that's not a problem at all. You just send me your tracker when it's complete and I'll verify the purchases, and then you tell me what you want and I order it for you. All right, so we do have a new catalog coming soon. Next month I will be mailing out catalogs. I sent an email a couple weeks ago to my customers that will be receiving them. If you do shop with me, if you've never shopped with me before, I will add you to that list. if you shop with me by the end of March. So, because I will be closing out that catalog order at the end of March. So, if you'd like a free catalog, feel free to shop with me and I will add you to my catalog list and send you a catalog. So there will be some retiring products coming out at the end of the month. I should have the list probably around March, end of March sometime. But we know that there are in colors that are retiring. These 2021 to 2023 in colors are retiring. Some of the ink pads and re-inkers are already in low inventory, and what that means is they are in danger of selling out. So if there's anything that you're thinking about getting, I would definitely get those sooner rather than later so you don't miss out. I will have the list of everything that's low inventory in my blog post that goes out tomorrow morning on Tuesday morning. Those items in the low inventory, though, if you want those, like I said, get those sooner rather than later. And don't forget to get your little ink refills if you're ordering ink pads, okay? That way you can re-ink them and make them last longer. All right, online exclusives. This is something new that Stampin' Up! Just started doing. They are releasing products that are only online. They won't be in any catalog, and there isn't really a specific end date as to how long they'll be available. They could be while supplies last and only last a few weeks, or they could be on there for a long time. So with that being said, if there's something that you see in the online exclusives, it's better to order them early in case they sell out or they become unavailable, okay? And then the newest kit that came out this month is this beautiful, colorful kaleidoscope kit. You make, I want to say there's 9 cards, 3 of each design. It's very pretty. I like the geometric shapes and everything, but this is the new kit. And I noticed in the online exclusives that kits are included with that because they're also only available online and not in the catalog. So you'll see those there as well. And then the newest paper pumpkin kit that you can subscribe to is All the Little Things. It has these beautiful flowers. They have iridescent foil in them. They're very, very pretty. This is the flyer. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with matching envelopes and iridescent foil die cuts, these little flower die cuts. You get a shaded spruce ink spot and a photopolymer stamp set. And then in this month's kit, you're going to get this box organizer, which I think is pretty cool, that you'll be able to organize, use a paper pumpkin box and organize your paper pumpkin supplies, like your ink spots and Stampin' Blocks and things. Pretty cool. All right, so today, like I said, I do have some kits left. So if you want to get a kit for this class after you watch the video, you have until the end of the day today. I will be closing out the host code tomorrow, March 21st. So if you want to get a free kit with an online order, you just use this host code if your order is under $150 and you have to spend at least $40 before shipping and tax, and I'll send you the kit for free. Or if you just want to get the kit, you just send me an email, I'll send you an invoice, and once I get your payment, I will send this via first class shipping, okay? And what they look like is they come all pre-packaged. I have this little sheet that tells you when we're going to go live and make it together and when you'll be able to see it on my YouTube channel. And then all of the kits come pre-cut and scored and have everything you need. They don't have the candy. It would just be too bulky to send the candy. And I will show you, there's lots of options as far as what you can put in each kit. As far as candy, because I know everybody has their own personal preference, but also I live in Central Florida and you never know how the weather is this time of year. And if I were to send chocolate, it could be all melted all over the place. So I figured it'd be better to let you guys fill up the treat boxes with your own candy. So, all right. So the first one we're going to do is actually this little cracker treat box. This is one of my favorite, dies from the annual catalog. I love these dies so much, and I'm using the paper that was from Sale-a-bration for all these projects. I'm using that Dandy Designs 12 by 12 paper. It was a huge pack. It was really cool. So that's the paper that I'm using in this, but you could use any kind of plaids or spring paper that you have. So this is what comes in the kit. We're using this crinkled seam binding ribbon. I die cut the little banner from, let me see, I need to grab the dies so I can show you real quick here. Let me get my little Stampin' mat here too so we can see better. All right, and then, so these are those Cracker Treat boxes. So this big die, you basically just use like a 6x6 piece of paper and die cut this out, and it makes this little die cut here. And then this little banner piece, I die cut from the little piece that's included in that die set. And then we're gonna use some iridescent pearls. I included those in the kit as well, okay? These, I swear, these Cracker Treat boxes are awesome. I used them for a craft show that I did in the fall, and they're really quick and easy to make, and they sell really well. People just thought they were so cool. I love putting little Kit Kats in them. I actually ran out of Kit Kats, so I'm gonna grab some Werthers, and we're gonna put those. You can just use any small individually wrapped candies you have. Tootsie Rolls would probably work, little Easter chocolate eggs. What I'm doing now is I'm just folding. When you do the die cut with your paper, it has all these little score lines. So you just fold on the score lines and use your bone folder to crease everything, okay? And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use some Stampin' Seal Plus on the inside of the center panel, and these little outer panels as well. I'm gonna put a little bit on each side. You could use liquid glue, that would be fine too. And then we're just gonna take we're gonna overlap it onto the other edge here and just line up those ends. And just like that. And then I'm gonna put my fingers on the inside and just kind of press. Hi, Jessica, thanks so much for joining me. Hi, Joan, thanks so much. I'm glad everybody saw my memo. Sorry, I know last week at the very last minute, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to tell everybody I'm gonna be at a different time next week. So thanks so much for hopping on, even if you can only hop on for a couple minutes. All right. So like I said, I ran out of my lemon Kit Kats. I've eaten 2 bags of those already, you guys. I love those Kit Kats. Those are my favorite. I get so excited when they come out at Easter time. I've already gone through 2 bags, and I'll probably buy at least 1 more. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and tie off one end of our Cracker Treat box here. And if it buckles down like mine did, you just pop those little pieces out. But I'm gonna use that crinkled seam binding ribbon and tie a little bow. Oops, come on, there we go. And you can trim the tails if you want to. I think mine are a little long, so I'm gonna trim them. Oh my goodness. And this is really quick and easy. You could make a bunch of these as like little table favors for Easter brunch or whatever you wanted to do. A little church gathering would be cute. All right, so I'm just gonna put some Werthers in here. I think I can fit about 3 in there. Save the rest for later. Ethan, my son, he always comes in here and tries to grab those out of my little snack carousel thing that I have. He loves them. They always make me think of my grandmother. She used to always have them when she would come to visit. I would sit at the end of my driveway waiting for her to come. My grandparents, both of them, they would drive down from Michigan. I lived in Georgia, and I would wait at the end of the driveway because I could see their car when it was coming at the end of the street. And as soon as she got out, she always had a bag of Werthers in the door of the car, and she would give me those whenever she would come to visit. So they always make me think of her. I love them. All right, so trim those tails. Okay, so that's the basic box assembly. Now we're gonna take the Easter Bunny stamp set, and we're gonna use this, an Easter treat for you. And I'm gonna grab Coastal Cabana ink. And let's see, I already put it on a block. So an Easter treat for you. stamp that off, make sure that's coming out good. Okay. We're gonna use our wizardry and try to center this. And because they're photopolymer, it's fairly easy, but you could always use your Stamparatus as well. Oh shoot, I forgot to wet down my Simply Chamois. I'm gonna have to get some baby wipes out. All right, so we've got that down. Now we're gonna take some dimensionals. Got tons of them. All right. I'm gonna pop. You can fit these regular size. You can use mini or regular size. They both fit on the back here. I used to use the mini because I didn't think the big ones would fit. And then I tried it one day. I was like, oh, you can use the big ones too. All right, so then we're just gonna center this in the middle of one of the panels. You pick where the front is. And then we're gonna take those little pearls and use our take your pick tool. And I'm just gonna put them right on the ends here just to give it a little pizzazz. Just like, whoops, there we go, just like that. All right, so there's our first little treat box. Like I said, really quick and easy. You can make a bunch of these for brunch or like a little church get together, your friends, neighbors, whatever. So very cute. All right, if I do say so myself. All right, so treat box number 2, we're still using that Easter Bunny stamp set. This one, we're gonna use this little flower here and then the Easter treat for you again. And this one is just a little slider box. It fits a whole Reese's egg in here. And the Twix and Snickers ones also fit in there as well. So the eggs are the 1.1 ounce Snickers egg. This is a 1.2 ounce Reese's egg. They fit in there. And these ones you gotta kind of finagle a little bit with the ends, but they will fit in there just like that. And I had a Twix one, but my husband and I ate that the other day. He also comes in here and goes, what's all this candy you have back here? So it's pretty funny. So like I told you guys before, a lot of times I pick the colors based off of the packaging. So I did the green because it's got the little green in the egg. And then I like the purple for the little slider box on the outside. So really quick and easy. We'll make that one next. But like I said, any of these like larger eggs, you'll be able to put in there. All right. So again, the little kit is all pre-cut and scored for you. And on my blog, I'll have all the measurements on there. This circle is actually the 2-inch circle punch that just came back out with the online exclusives. Unfortunately, it's on back order right now. It's very popular. I happen to still have it from before. I never got rid of my circle punch. So I was able to use those. And then this is from the Stylish Shapes dies. This is that narrower, wider one. And these are also on back order because they're very popular. So, but again, this will all be included in your kit. So you'll be able to at least make one of them. If you don't have the circle punch or the little banner thing, you could make it work with whatever you have that's similar in size. Okay. All right, so we're gonna use this. This is Granny Apple Green, and we're just gonna fold on our little score lines. And again, all the measurements will be in the PDF tutorial that'll tell you what size to cut the paper, where to score everything. And then you can just watch the video to see how to make the little box. So we're gonna cut up on these wide sections here. And then I'm going to angle, or I think they call it mitering, these little tabs. It just makes it a little cleaner and easier to put the boxes together. I had so much fun making this class. I love making little treat boxes. I think 3D projects are probably my favorite. I would much rather make 3D projects to gift to people. Cards are fun too, but I definitely like 3D projects the best. So let's see here. So we're just making our little tabs for our box, and I'm mitering or angling the tabs just to make everything come together a lot easier when we assemble the box. All right, so now we're gonna get some liquid glue. I think mine's almost out. I'm gonna have to grab another one here in a minute. Let's grab some liquid glue here and fold those tabs over. And then we're just gonna fold the tabs in where that glue is and just kind of press it on each side. If you have little like clothespins, you can use those to kind of hold the box together, or you can just sit there for a second and squeeze that glue into the paper and give it a minute. All right, we'll do the same thing with these other two tabs. And this is your little box for your egg. Now, you don't have to use those. You can use smaller candies as well, but I just liked having a little slider box for those Easter candy eggs, the bigger ones, if that's something you want to do. Okay, we'll set that aside to dry. Now this is fresh freesia. Excuse me, this is the little wrap for our box that we're gonna make, okay? Yeah, 3D projects are fun. And they usually have candy. I think that's a big reason I like them. Because they have candy and I just eat the candy while I'm making it, so. All right, so this one, we are gonna take this little strip and put it on the inside of that tab right there. So you could use tear and tape or liquid glue. I think I used tear and tape when I did it originally. I think tear and tape, oh, it's a little big. So I'm just gonna use liquid glue this time, but try not to use too much liquid glue because you don't want it spewing out the sides there. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of liquid glue. I want to say I used tear and tape when I did it the first time though, but that's all right. We're gonna use liquid glue this time, it'll work. Just be careful not to be too heavy-handed with it. And then you can kind of use your fingers to feel on the inside, and if it gets a little sticky, you can always remove it with their little, oh, that's kind of awkward. That's not gonna work very well. That's all right, just kind of use your fingers. Oh, somebody told me if you take baby powder, if you have some adhesive that's sticking out, one of the girls that came to our stamp camp class shared that little trick. I'd never heard it before, but if you have like sticky on your surface that you don't want, you take baby powder and put it on the sticky stuff and it'll get rid of the tackiness. I had never heard that. I thought that was such a cool little tip. All right, so now we're gonna put our plaid piece. Again, this is from the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper, but I want to say there's like, oh, and the in color, duh, I have this right here. The in color Designer Series paper that's going to be retiring, there is, it's right here actually, a purple plaid that you could use as well. So if you never got that Dandy Designs, but you have that in color Designer Series paper, you can use this for your plaid. I forgot all about that. And they also have little flower patterns that I think would be cute too that you could use if you wanted to change it up a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna take a little Stampin' Seal Plus here, and I'm gonna center that on the front. Pretty simple. Okay, now for our circle, we're gonna grab the little flower piece right here and our Tuxedo Black ink, and we're gonna ink that up really good. Stamp off to make sure it looks good. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp it towards the top edge, and then you're gonna rotate it so that part's on the bottom. We're gonna ink it up and stamp the other side, the other end. Just like that. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Okay. Now, our colors that we need, we're using all the lights out of the Stampin' Blends. So you need, not the balmy blue here, you need light granny apple green, light calypso coral, and light, oh, let's see if it'll adjust there, fresh freesia. Okay, so we're using the light colors. Now, if you have something similar, that's fine too. Oh, and Daffodil Delight. I didn't grab that one. Hold on. Yep. That was the other one I forgot. Light Daffodil Delight. Say that 3 times fast. Come on, focus. Where'd it go? There we go. Light Daffodil Delight. Okay. So the light Daffodil Delight we're just using for the centers of the flowers. Very quick and easy. Okay. Now the greens, the light granny apple green, we're going to use for these leaves up here. And these little leaves over here. And we're going to rotate it and do the same thing on this side. Very quick and easy. I love to color. It's so fun. And this isn't too bad for people that may not like to color as much. It's not a ton of coloring. All right, and then the fresh freesia, we're going to use this little flower here. And then we're going to do the little flower on the right-hand side over here. And that's it. And then we're going to rotate that and do the same thing on the other side. And then last is the Calypso Coral. We're just going to color those other flowers. I like this color. I don't use it nearly enough. I just thought it was such a neat, like peachy pink color. Perfect for spring. Surprised me. Because the cardstock is really like a, I don't know, more of like a burnt orange, I guess. But this was a lot lighter because it's the light Stampin' Blend. That surprised me. Alrighty. Almost there. Like I said, not too bad. There we go. All the coloring's done. And every time you color, it just really brightens everything up, okay? All right, so now for this one, let me get my baby wipes. Because I forgot to wet down my chamois. So I need to clean my Easter treat for you. Where did it go? Here we go. Clean that off. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna get our tuxedo black for this one. Stamp that off, it looks good. And we're gonna just do this right in the center of our little banner here. Nice, worked out good. Alrighty. So now we're gonna take our Stampin' Seal Plus right in the middle. You could use liquid glue too, but you don't wanna go all the way to the ends because the banner is wider than the circle. So, and we're just gonna center that right in between those flowers. And then I'm gonna take some dimensionals and we're gonna put those right in the center as well. Let's see. Just like, I might put one above and below it. You just don't want to put those all the way to the end either because the circle goes out just a little bit, so you don't want that stickiness showing past the little wrap there. Okay. So we're gonna put that on the top here, just center that. Very cute. And then for this one, I'll put the Snickers egg. Snickers are my husband's favorite. Maybe I'll surprise him and give him this one. And then we're just gonna put that in there, slide it in, and voila. We have two little treat boxes. You have your Reese's egg one, and we've got a Snickers egg in that one. All right, so there's box number 2. Now this one, I saved my wow box for last. I think you guys are gonna be really impressed with this one. So this is the one that uses the bunny, okay? And we're gonna do some stamping on the ends here with those little eggs. But what you do is you open the box, and it's kind of like an explosion box. You put all the candy on the outside, and it holds an Easter egg. So you can use this little plastic Easter egg, but it also fits those little caramel eggs, those little Cadbury eggs. So you could just put that in the center if you wanted to, or if you wanted to put some candy and maybe some money and the little Easter egg in the center and put that on there, you can do that as well. So that is our last little box, and this is really easy to put together. I'll show you. So these Swedish fish I found at Target. I did a Google search to see if there's anywhere else you can get them, and there really isn't. But they measure, let's see, the candy themselves, they measure about 3 by 3 little bags. So if you find some little fun size candy bags that measure about that same size, they'll fit on these little panels as well, okay? So let me show you how to make this really easy. But like I said, I will include, there's actually going to be 4 of these little bunnies in the kit. So that way you'll be able to make this one, and then you'll have 3 extra bunnies to either build your own boxes or do whatever you want with those, okay? All right. So here's the kit. Everything's included. Where is it? Oh, here we go. All right. Oops, my bunnies went flying. Here we go. All right, so you're gonna have 4 of these DSP panels. These are the Dandy Designs DSP, and these are gonna go on the outside. And then again, you have that Fresh Freesia plaid that'll be on the top here. And then these 4 panels are what we're gonna do our egg stamping and coloring on. And then this is where we're gonna do Happy Easter. I already did the banner ends for you there, and it just makes it easier for you guys to see which one's which. And then, like I said, you have your little bunnies here that I punched out. I had a friend that loaned me hers because I didn't get the bunny punch in time either. I will definitely be getting it when it comes back in stock, but I missed out on that before it went on back order. So, all right. And then this is your box top, and then these 2 are your panels to make the boxes. We're actually not taking a big piece of cardstock and cutting it up. I actually have an easier way to make this box. And then this is that little insert that holds your egg crate, okay? So I basically just took 2 panels and I scored them in equal sections. And again, all the measurements will be at stampcampwithjen.com. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna overlap these panels in the center, and that's how you're gonna make your box. You're just gonna glue those panels together. Easiest way to do it. Okay, so we're just gonna take some liquid glue on the bottom here. Nice strong hold, and that way it gives us some time to move everything around if it's not perfectly centered. So we're just gonna put that in the middle and line those up. And then once we have them where we want them, we'll just press everything together. Get that glue nice and flat, get it to stick to the panels, okay? And then what you wanna do is you wanna fold these over again and burnish them because they're pretty equidistant, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure you get them as close to those score lines as possible. Let's see here. So we're going to fold this over and score it again. And fold this one over and score it again. You just want to have crisp score lines there. And then that's the top panel, so that's okay. All right, so that's good. So now we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna go ahead and put our designer series paper panels on. The front, just like that. Put all these panels on pretty easy. That's a little crooked, but that's okay. So what's everybody doing for Easter? Have you done all your Easter crafting already? Do you have more things that you want to get done? What are you guys working on? Or do you not do anything? Do you not do any Easter crafting? I know not everybody does it. All right, so there's the outside panels for our box, okay? So let's go ahead and make that little holder in the center. So this piece also used a die cut from the Stylish Shapes. So we actually used the second smallest die cut here to make that little hole for the egg holder, okay? So those Stylish Shapes really come in handy. I use those a lot for these little treat boxes. So again, these measurements will all be on my blog. I'm not going to go through them right now, but they will be in the tutorials for you to make your little egg holder here. There we go. We're just going to fold all the score lines if you have the kits. And then we'll make the little box here. There we go. All right, so for this one, we're gonna cut this part and we're gonna miter this end here. Do the same here. Hi, Sue, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Okay, I'm gonna make our little panels here. Can't remember, do I want to do it? Oh, I could have left those straight, but that's okay. We're gonna do our little tabs. We're gonna angle here. I know it's a weird time. I don't usually go live at this time, but like I said earlier, I have my in-laws are coming into town. They're on their way down from Alabama right now, so they'll be here around dinner time probably. So I knew I wouldn't really have a chance to do my Facebook Live this evening, so that's why I got on early today, because I did still want to do my March Stamp Camp to Go class with you guys today. I just didn't, I knew I wouldn't have time tonight. Let's see, my brother-in-law's wife, she is a high school AP chemistry, physics teacher, science teacher, I think physics now. And her spring break is this week. My son's spring break was last week, which is kind of funny. We were laughing about that this morning because today's the official first day of spring, but he had spring break last week. So we thought that was pretty funny. All right, so to make this little box, we are going to take these little tabs here. We're going to grab our liquid glue again and make our little box here. Fold those tabs over, add a little bit of glue to make your end right here. Okay. Do the same with the center tabs. Excuse me. And we're going to fold those up. Can't remember. I think I did angle that other one, but that's okay. We'll see in a second. Can't remember because I know I glued it, and then we're going to put this down. I don't think we angled. Yeah, because this just fits in here snug like that. Isn't that cool? So that's our little box that we did. So if you didn't see, so I did those little tabs on the inside there. And then we're just going to take this bottom part. You don't even need to glue it. It just fits perfectly right in there. You just fold that up and it folds into that little holder like that, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the bottom of this box. Oops, glue's almost out. And we're going to glue this right in the center here. And now you notice that I have some space all around where my little egg holder is. That's because when you put the candy on the inside, it gets kind of bulky. You'll see here on this side. When the box stands up, it needs that little extra bit of space for the candy to kind of nestle into while the box is closed, okay? So that's why that's like that. So I will go ahead and keep using these little Swedish fish. I'm surprised Ethan hasn't gotten into this yet. He loves Swedish fish. All right, so now we're gonna take our mini glue dots on the side here. I'm gonna put about probably 3. Keep it in place. And if your backing for your glue dots doesn't come off, you just need to press the glue dots onto the paper more. Just like that. And then we're just going to center those Swedish fish right there. We're going to do that for all of our panels. So we're going to do 3 glue dots right in the center. And 1, 2, 3 on this side. And 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. All right. My nails don't want to cooperate today. Here we go. There we go. So I'm going to lay this one down right in the middle there. Go. My son definitely had a hard time getting up for school today. You know, that first day back after you have a break, he had such a hard time falling asleep. It was like 11:30 last night and he was wide awake. He was just laying there like, I can't sleep, Mom. And I said, well, you gotta try, kiddo. So needless to say, he is quite tired today. He could not fall asleep. And then he had to get up at 6 o'clock for school. So, all right, so there's the box base. And like I said, you just use like a standard size plastic egg and put that in the center. You can fill it with candy, money, both, or you can just use these little chocolate eggs, Cadbury or Reese's or whatever, and those will fit in there all by themselves as well, okay? All right, and then now we'll do our box top. Okay. So we're going to do a little stamping and coloring. So we have these eggs that are from the Easter Bunny stamp set here. We're actually going to stamp them twice on each panel. So we are going to ink up in Tuxedo Black. Now, when you stamp, you're going to stamp all the way to the very edge. That way you have enough room to stamp them twice. So when it looks like the egg is all the way at the edge, you're going to stamp, and then you're going to ink up, and you're going to stamp again. And you're going to stamp it so it almost looks like that egg is overlapping that last egg. And that's how you space them out just right, just like that, okay? All right. The paper does match the Swedish fish. That was the idea. All right, so for this, we're going to use light balmy blue, and then we're going to bring back the light fresh freesia and that light Granny Apple Green. We're gonna bring that back as well, okay? So I'm using my little box I have as a base. So what I'm gonna do, and I won't do all 4 panels just to save you guys some time, but I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see my coloring. I should have done that for the other one, I'm sorry. All right, so for the blue, we're gonna do this little center dot and the bottom one for both of the spotted eggs. And then this little wave here. It's funny because my brother-in-law and his wife, they're coming to visit today. They have chickens and they usually bring eggs. And I told my brother-in-law when we visited them last time, with the price of eggs, they're rich right now. Their chickens lay about like a dozen eggs a day, I think they said, which is crazy. All right, so now we're going to use that light, fresh freesia. Oh, thanks, Joan. I know, I really like this set. All of the Easter sets I'm usually pretty excited about. Let's see. And then we're going to do this little wavy one. So the spots on the spotted one. And that little wavy piece right there. Okay, and then what I did for this crosshatch pattern here was I just did a line right next to the vertical lines for the eggs with the fresh freesia. And then we'll go in with the Granny Apple Green and do the horizontal lines. That way you're just giving it some color, but you're not going crazy coloring in everything. So we use the Granny Apple Green point, and we're just gonna go right next to those lines and get that Granny Apple Green in there. That's a little bit of coloring for that one, so it's got some color on it. And then for the green, we're gonna color the top of these eggs. And right here. And then those other 2 dots on the little speckled eggs here. Little polka dot eggs. All right. So that's the coloring for the strips, and you'll do that for all 4. I'm not going to do all 4 of them right now just to save you a little bit of time, but that's how you do it, okay? And you can always pause the video while you're coloring, or you can look at the pictures in the tutorial to see what you need to do, okay? Excuse me. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp Happy Easter with our Coastal Cabana ink. Here, let me zoom out a little bit so my hands have a place to go without smacking the phone here. There we go. And we're just going to stamp that right in the center, that Happy Easter. Voila. All right. And then we have our little top here for the box. And we're just going to grab our bone folder and fold all those pieces over. All right, and the same as the other boxes, we're just gonna make our little tabs here. It really doesn't matter. This is a perfect square, so it doesn't matter which side you use, whichever one you feel like using. The font is really cute, and the font is what always gets me with these stamps. I always like the cutesy font. That's what draws me to stamp sets. If I like the font, then I'm usually more prone to buy it. If I don't like the font, then I usually think about it a little bit more. Unless there's a specific image that I want to use for something. But a lot of the fonts are super cute. I like the little squiggly fonts. All right, let's see here. And I like when they mix fonts together too, like how they did in the Easter Treat for You. It's more like the typewriter font and then cursive right next to it. I think that's really fun too when they do that. All right, so again, with our liquid glue, I'm gonna make those little tabs. And actually, if you want, before you put the box together, I would recommend sticking these on first. It just makes it easier. I'm just gonna use Stampin' Seal Plus real quick, but you could use liquid glue if you're more comfortable with that. But it is a lot easier to put the paper on before assembling the box top. So that is my recommendation to do. And like I said, I didn't do all 4 panels, so I'm just gonna do that one for right now, and I'll do the other ones later. All right, so let's go back to gluing. Now that I remembered to do that, we're gonna make our little tabs here and glue those into the box. Just like that. And then right here, we'll put those tabs on. All right, and then for the top, we're going to use our dimensionals. And we are going to put our Happy Easter banner on first. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to center this towards the bottom of the front of our box here. And then we're gonna take our little bunny friend and he's gonna go this way. That's how I wanted him to go. So we're just gonna take some dimensionals and put them on the back of our bunny. Let's see if I can cut some of these off here. There we go. There, bunch of dimensionals. Use what you got. We're gonna make it look like he's standing on top of our Happy Easter banner there, just like that, okay? And then to put our box together, like I said, we've got our little panels here. We're gonna put our little plastic egg inside. We've got some money, maybe that's the golden egg, who knows? We're gonna fold up our, oh, that's the one, this is the one I just made. We're gonna fold up our box just like that, and then you're gonna slide the top right over the panels. How cute is that? That's my little wow box. I thought that was so fun. It's a little Easter explosion box for you. So, all right, guys. Well, that is all I have for you this month for Stamp Camp to Go. Don't forget, if you want to get these kits, I do still have some available. Be sure to shop with me, Jennifer Roque, at StampinUp.com, and you can get your kit for free. You can place an online order by midnight tonight using this host code if your order is under $150, and I'll send you the kits for free. Or you can send me an email and tell me you want to purchase them outright. They're $20, which includes first class shipping. And once I get your payment, I'll mail the kits right to you, okay? All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back to my normal time next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll have a fun little project to share with you. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week. Be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.